So since been on self-improvement for over 3 years now, I have been doing lots of different habits and techniques and protocols that I've learned from listening to podcasts and watching different YouTubers and just practicing self-improvement, in my own time. And I wanted to make a quick video on 5 kind of key habits, I guess, or things that you can just do today. So things that you can do right now, today, and they will improve the way you feel and just your overall life. Hopefully it helps you have a better day tomorrow than you did today. Okay, so the first and most important thing is lower how much sugar you are eating. So one of the biggest improvements I've had, or one of the things that I've done that's really made me feel so much better and so much more productive and so much healthier when I've woken up and stuff, is just lowering how much sugar I eat. And I'll take this a step further and say, really just lower or try and completely cut out how many carbs you eat. I notice now the effect that it has on my mental health and the way I feel and how motivated I feel if I have carbs, because I have pretty much gone on to kind of pseudo keto diet. I do eat a lot of meat and protein and fats. I have massively lowered the sugar and carbs I eat. I mean, I used to have like a bunch of potatoes and vegetables and stuff with every meal, a few years ago. And the difference, I can't explain it. It's just crazy how much better you feel, how much less sluggish you feel. And yeah, it will just massively improve your mental health. Okay, the second, and what I believe to be is probably the most important thing on this list for me, is going for a morning walk. So you've probably heard me rant and rave on about this for loads of videos now, or if you're new, this is this thing that I love, and I learned it from Andrew Huberman, again, amazing thing to do, is to go for a morning walk as soon as you wake up. So within 90 minutes after waking. So I do this religiously pretty much every single morning, unless I have to go into the office where I go quite early, but I'll always go for a morning walk there as well, just a little bit after 90 minutes after waking up, more like 2 hours after waking up. But yeah, morning walk, what does this do? Well, getting the morning sunlight straight into your eyes as soon as you wake up, not through a window and not through the car window or anything like that, actually outside. What this is going to do is it's going to set your circadian rhythm for the day. So if you can do this early in the morning, that's why we do it within 90 minutes after waking, it's going to hugely help your ability to go back to sleep on, when you're trying to get to sleep. It's going to massively improve that. It's going to hugely improve your testosterone levels, because testosterone runs primarily off your circadian rhythm, and having the circadian rhythm properly started and in check really improves testosterone levels. I highly recommend you go and watch Andrew Huberman's podcast on sunlight, and I think it's his sleep protocols. He talks about getting morning sunlight or his morning routine, and he explains it a lot better than I can. But I've been doing this religiously now for over a year, getting morning sunlight as soon as I wake up, and it has hugely helped my mornings, especially because I'm a morning person. It really takes me right through up until the afternoon, and it really helps me. Fasting. So fasting is something that I do quite a lot, not every single day, but it's something that, if I'm feeling particularly unmotivated or feeling particularly behind on my work, I will fast. And the reason I do this is because it improves my focus, it improves my motivation, and it makes me feel better and more sharp and more switched on about the things I'm doing. And this brings us back to the diet tip that I had at the start. Eating carbs obviously makes you feel slow, it gives you the brain fog, but eating any foods, really, anything that's going to spike your blood glucose is going to make you feel slightly sluggish. But proteins and fats, much less so than carbs. So if you can actually eat nothing and just fast, let's say you wake up at about 6-7 o'clock in the morning and you fast until 12, that's a perfectly reasonable fast, about 5-6 hours, and you can do all your work in the morning and get everything done. And if you're doing that fasted, it is going to make it feel so much better, and you're probably going to get it done faster and to a better quality as well. I've been fasting, like I say, on and off, sort of whenever I need to get a lot of work done, I'll fast, and get the kind of added little benefit of a little bit of weight loss. If that is your goal, you try to lose weight, fasting is going to help that as well. And the fasting in the morning takes us quite nicely onto the next tip, something you can do today or tomorrow, if you're watching this later on in the day, is eat the frog. Now, eat the frog is a term that basically just means do the hardest thing in your day first, okay? So I'll come up with a little kind of picture for you in your head. Let's say you were going for a meal and you have 3 courses to choose from. You've got a really nice steak and a lovely chocolate pudding to finish it off with, and then a frog, right? Like a live frog, okay? So you're probably thinking, well, I really don't want to eat that frog. That looks pretty disgusting. And what a lot of people might think is, well, I'll have the steak first because that tastes nice, and then I'll have the chocolate cake for second because, you know, I'm sure the chocolate cake will be nice, and then the frog I'll have last because, you know, I really want to just put that off for as long as possible. I really don't want to eat that. I'm going to put it off for as long as possible. And then, you know, after the meal, unfortunately, I'm going to have this horrible taste of this frog in my mouth. Or people that sort of, you know, a bit smarter maybe, if that's the nicest way to put it, will say, well, I'll eat the frog first because that's the most disgusting thing, get it over and done with, and then after I've got that over and done with, I don't have to think about it anymore, I can have the nice steak and I can have the chocolate pudding. And what that does is it means the person who decided to eat the frog first doesn't have to think about that looming task of having to eat that frog at the end of the meal, whereas the person who eats it last, they'll be eating the other 2 meals and they won't even enjoy it. They'll be thinking, oh, yeah, I'm enjoying this chocolate cake, but I'm really worried about eating that frog. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like this task looming over your head, and it's just directly like everything I've just said there, it's food related. Just apply it to tasks and work and, you know, the gym and school and YouTube and stuff like that. So let's say for me, eating the frog is recording these videos, right? Don't get me wrong, I quite like recording videos, but let's say I'm not really feeling up to it and it's like the biggest task I've got to do for this, you know, little business I'm running. So I would say, well, that is the hardest task. So let's try and get it done first, so that this task of having to record videos isn't looming over my head whilst I'm doing other things in my day, like video editing or going for a walk or going to the gym. I'm not having to think about, but I've got to go record videos today. I've got to go record videos after this. I kind of just want to chill out after I've been to the gym and just, you know, watch some TV or something. But no, I've got to record the videos. So get it done first. Get it done first thing in the morning. This is called eating the frog. Whatever your task is, that's the biggest, most important thing to you right now. And it could be the gym. It could be meditating. It could be journaling. It could be writing your essay for, you know, GCSE or A-levels or something. It could be any big task like that. Whatever the most important thing is to you right now, get that done first thing in the morning, get it out the way with, and then the rest of the day, you can just not just chill out and enjoy yourself, but, you know, if you've got other things to do that are less important, maybe like the gym or going for a walk or going for a run, you've sort of got in your mind that, well, that big task is done now, I've done that, and it make you feel a lot better throughout the rest of your day. So that's a task that you can do today or tomorrow. And the last thing I'll give you to do is to try and get into a flow state, and that takes us quite nicely on from what we've just been talking about, because your eat the frog task might be what gets you into a flow state, you know, just sitting down and cracking on with an essay or writing. For me, flow state would be video editing. I really enjoy video editing. When I have a big video to edit, I just get the headphones on. Sometimes I'll put a little bit of instrumental music on and I'll just sort of get on with it, you know, and just, you know, I'll listen to the audio in the video and I can just get into this zone, this tunnel vision where nothing else around me is feeding into my brain. It's just me and the task, and I can just get it done. And flow state has sort of been, you know, scientists have looked at flow state and people in flow state, and it's sort of been seen as one of the kind of best states to be in as a human. Like, it's meant to be the most enjoyable time. Like, we don't really realize it at the time. It might not feel enjoyable at the time, but sort of really getting into something and just sticking your teeth into, you know, that feeling when you get the tunnel vision and you just want to complete the task, and it kind of feels good, right? It feels like a bit of a journey. And that is flow state. When you're in flow state and nothing else is being put in, your whole brain is just focused on one thing. That is meant to be one of the best states we can be in. So if we can just try to get into flow state at one point throughout the day, whether that be drawing, whether that be going for a run, going to the gym, or swimming, or playing football with your friends, whatever it is that you just get into flow state from, where you're not checking your phone every 10 minutes and, oh, I wonder what time it is, you know, you don't care about anything else, you just want to get that thing done. Whatever that thing is for you, just try to get into it once every day. So there you go, there's 5 things that you can do today, literally today, if you've not done them already. There's 2 things on there, eat the frog and the morning walk, that maybe you have to do tomorrow, but that's fine. Maybe you could just jot these things down that I've said and go and do them tomorrow. Let me know if any of these things help you. Let me know if any of these things actually improve your day. And trust me, if you can just chain these things one on top of the other and, you know, do them daily, you know, after the first week and the second week and the third week, you'll be well on your way to feeling much better and just improving your overall life. Remember, just improve yourself by 1% every day and you will get there. See ya.